So I couldn't resist. I gotta pull the spark plugs out of it. I'm gonna try and turn this engine over by hand. I gots to know. And I said, fuck it, I'll just record it. I might not do as much talking like compared to the BMW. You might just, if you're watching this, you might just be watching me work. And curse. Everybody loves to curse. People comment on my videos all the time. I love when you curse. Oh boy. All I'm doing, because I dying to know, all I'm going to do is pull the spark plugs out, take a little peek in there, grab my borescope, take a little butcher's inside the engine, and then we're going to turn it over by hand. Because I got to know. Okay, what do we got? We got 210 mils. Grab some tools. Grab a little tray too. Couple of weird looking, kind of encapsulated 10 holes. Interesting. Interesting. Has anybody been here? Let's take a look. Sure doesn't look like it. There's an awful lot of dust on top of the electrical connectors for the coil packs, and the bolts don't look like they've been taken out. So that's a little strange. Okay, let's keep going. And these have these gray locks on them, so you just pop them up, and then your connector will come off there. I don't know if you guys can see. Not sure what you can see. But it's got a little gray lock on the back of it there. Just slide them up. And then when one fights you like this, you gotta curse at it and wiggle it. There you go. Show it who's boss. Show you a top trick. If you're doing something like this and you want to keep your coil packs in the same order, grab a paint marker and just put a dot on them. So 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots. That way you don't have to worry about, you see a little dot on it, right? You don't have to worry about it. This has got some oil. Not much. Yeah. Looks good on the inside. Alright. Same, a little bit of oil, nice and dry on the inside. Same again. Same again. Okay. Coil packs look good. Spark plug wells look good. Yeah, it's super clean in there. I'm not going to bother using an air hose to blow anything out. I'm just going to make more dust if I do that. Alright, so they're 5/8 spark plugs. Oh, that's not a good sign. That smells like fuel. I don't know what you guys are gonna be able to see there, but that is not good. That plug is caked over. Kind of smells like oil, fuel. There's some sludge in there. Ooh, that, my friends, is not bueno. So we need to take a look inside that motor. Not bueno. This one have coolant in it? I don't know. Alright, number 3. Oh, something dripped right off it. I think that's coolant. Squeaky coat gloves. Yeah, they're all wet. Why are they wet though? The borescope I have is it's an Altel. It's not great quality or anything like that, but it's good. I mean, it gets the job done. It's a Maxi Video MV400. It's pretty good. I mean, if you're recording video and trying to play it back, it's pretty shit. But for just kind of inspection work, it's pretty good. Let me see if I can show you the screen. There you go. Here, there's my ugly mug somewhere. Is that coming up? There you go. So it's pretty good. All right, we're going in. Oh boy, this guy is rough as toast. As rough as toast. It sure looks like there's a bunch of water and rust marks on the cylinder wall. Let's see if I can get a better look at that bad boy. Yeah, this motor might be locked up. I mean, she might have sucked in water. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of rust on the cylinder wall. And this piston's up at almost top dead center. And she's full of water. I think this car sucked up water. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's our problem. Which doesn't mean this motor's bad. I mean, boy, there's a bunch of junk in there. Wow. It's probably locked up. Yeah, I don't see any valve contact on the pistons, but holy crap, there's a lot of shit in there. I would bet you $100 this motor's locked up. Let's give it a whirl. I got these nano sockets. I got a whole set of them. They're real low profile. And it has a 22 in it. Let's see how we do. Ha! Like a glove. Lock this ratchet real quick. Alright, I expect this motor to be locked up. Oh, and it is. Holy fuck, is it locked up. So there's our problem. We got a locked motor, and it sure is, looks like there's a bunch of water and shit in there. That does not mean that engine's bad. It just doesn't. I got a couple of tricks up my sleeve for that. I will fill the fucking cylinders full of seafoam. I'll let it soak for days. Days and days and days, and we'll see how we do. But that looks like our problem. So I fully expected to be putting an engine in that car. I kind of assumed that the engine had grenaded itself. It doesn't seem to be the case. You know, just because just because it sucked up water doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. There's a few things you can do there's only a few things you can do because it's locked up. Like you can't do a leak down test on it, so you can't really test the head, the valves or anything like that until you can get it freed, if you can even get it freed. So, you know, my plan with something like this, I'm going to fill the cylinders full of seafoam and cleaners, and seafoam has this one that's a foaming cleaner, and it expands, you know, when you spray it in there. I don't care if it sits there for a week like that. I'll let it sit there, and then I'll suck the seafoam out and put fresh seafoam in. Yeah, I'll do that a couple of times. Just on the off chance that we can get this to spin over. If we can get it to spin over, then we can figure out if, okay, is there something wrong with it other than being locked? Like, you know, did it suck in water and you know, while it was running hard or something and bend the connecting rod? Maybe, I have no idea. Before you go tearing a motor apart, there's definitely things you can do to test that stuff. If I can't get it freed up, I mean, I can, you know, we're putting a new one in it, or a used motor, which I already found a used motor, and I sent a thing today for a quote for it, because I expected the motor in this to be bad. And the one I find's got similar mileage to this car, that's perfect. I can drop a motor in this in a couple of hours and flip it. It's for sale. You guys aren't gonna fucking believe this. I don't know, it must be the luck of the Irish or something. I shouldn't speak too soon, but so I'll just tell you what I did here. So this motor's completely locked. I pulled the plugs out of it, looked in there with the bore scope. It's full of water. There was rust around the cylinder walls where the tops of the pistons were. I pulled on this thing pretty hard. I couldn't get the budge. I was like, fuck, this thing needs an engine, right? So then I'm like, well, I pulled the intake off because it would have had to go through the turbo first. Let me see if the turbo was any good, because when you buy an engine, they normally take the turbo off them. So I was like, let me figure out if do I need a turbo? Do I not need a turbo? So I pulled all the pipes off and everything, and the turbo was really rusty, but it was just surface rust. But it was frozen. So I was like, shit, I probably need a turbo too. So I sprayed a bunch of PV Blaster in there, and actually before that, the turbo was sitting full of water as well. So I sucked all the water out of it, and then I sprayed a bunch of PV Blaster in there, and I sprayed all the fins and everything, and I let it sit for like 20 minutes, and then I just stuck my fingers in there, and it spun. Like, so what the fuck? And then I spun it back, I spun it forward, it spins perfect. So I was like, oh, cool, don't need a turbo. Well, in the meantime, I'd also filled the cylinders full of freaking Marvel mystery oil, and it was only about 25-30 minutes ago I did that. And then on top of that, I sprayed some PV Blaster in and kind of made like a mixture of an oil and PV Blaster. And I was done. I was going to let it sit for a few days. I wasn't really going to do anything else. I did just, I removed some bits and pieces in anticipation for probably sticking an engine in this thing. Well, I stuck a 22 mil socket on it. Damn engine turns over. Now, I haven't got it to do a full 360 rotation. I can literally just get it to move back and forward about, I don't know, half a piston stroke is probably what it's moving. Not much. But I'll show you that. I mean, it's starting to move. So this, I might be able to save this car. Yeah, save the engine in it as well. So let me hook you guys in here and I'll show you. I put that cloth there because, you know, if you get this thing moving, it's going to just puke out oil and PV blaster and everything else that I've sprayed down in there. Let me find my, we can hear this. And let me show you guys. This is actually moving. It's just like, it doesn't mean that it's good. I can't turn it all the way over or anything, but here, I'll show you. So I'm on the crank. You guys can see that, but we're moving. And then I can hear and feel that it's coming up against some resistance there. And that could just be crap in the cylinder, you know, who knows. But oh, the YouTube's gonna go nuts. I'm gonna bar this engine over backwards. And the YouTube will freak out. I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, I'm not gonna bar it over backwards too much. I'm just trying to get it freed up. I can't get my pry bar in here, there's no room. So I have to keep taking this out and flipping the switch on it. It's just a long reach ratchet. But I'll show you how much movement I have. So that's probably half a piston and a bit, right? And I mean, it's still going. I can hear the resistance in the cylinders. It's not a metal on metal resistance. I think it's just rust and corrosion and all that stuff. You can probably hear that oil and stuff. That's why I have the rag there. That shit'll come up, hit you in the fucking face, and you'll be smelling that stuff for the next 4 days. Oh, holy shit, boys! We got an engine that's turning over. Holy motherfucking shit! Holy shit! There's no binding or anything. Holy fucking shit. I think this fucking thing's gonna run on its own again. Oh my god. Holy shit. If I can get this running, no parts, holy shit, this is a cheap car. Oh my god, look. This is ridiculous. This car came from a shop. Like, why would that shop not try and do what I'm doing? Just a bunch of lazy fucks. I mean, that's all that is. I've only been out here for an hour, and I've got this motor turning, the turbo's turning. I mean, this is going to be a fucking mess in here. So, oh, look at all that. I ain't cleaning that tonight. Yeah, we're leaving that. I mean, it's fucking everywhere. But seriously, you know, when I first looked at this motor an hour ago, it was jammed solid. I mean, you couldn't move it. Okay, so what happened? It sucked in water. Okay, let's see how bad it is. Yeah, quick inspection. I mean, that shop never pulled them plugs out. I could tell by looking at it. They'd never pulled them out. So they just, you know, couldn't bar it over, sold the customer, you need an engine. That's it. Didn't even attempt to repair it. So this customer, or whoever owned this car, yeah, that shop just cost them a car. I'm pretty confident right now that I'll be able to get this engine running again. That's really bad. I mean, if that and you know, this got towed to that shop, assuming right after this happened, right? And then it went to auction, sat for 2 months. Well, it sat with water in it for months. I got it freed up in 20 minutes. How can a shop, a professional shop, not just spend 30 minutes on this thing and see if they can fix it for their customer? Instead, they just said, yep, no, engine's gone, needs a new one. Insurance company went, oh, okay. Because they don't know any different. They just know the shop's telling them it needs an engine. And then it's not worth putting an engine in to the insurance company because this car is worth about 10 grand. Yeah, an engine for this thing used is about 2, and labor's 4, you know, 4 or 5 grand. The insurance company's not gonna write a check for 5 grand to put an engine in this thing. Fuck no. Plus, if the engine goes in and it doesn't run right and the customer's unhappy, but it's not worth it to them. So they just say, fuck it, scrap it. I've had it 30 minutes and I'm pretty confident I'm gonna be able to fix it. And for me, I shouldn't complain, for me this is a fucking fantastic deal. I didn't pay much money for this car. I mean, not a lot of money at all. If I get this running and everything, I'll do a total like cost breakdown. I mean, this is the cheapest car, if I can get it all running, which I'm pretty confident I can. This, for me, it's a great deal. But for the guy that had the car, it sucks because he just got screwed over because some lazy ass in a shop wouldn't take 20 minutes to see if they can free up his motor. I mean, this craziness. It just blows my mind that shops don't look out for their customers. I mean, for them, it's great. Oh, I get to put an engine in, I'll get $2,000, $3,000 profit in labor. For the customer, when they just say, okay, write the car off, then the shop lost all of that, right? They didn't get any money. And then the customers lost the car. This is why you gotta do your own work. Don't go to shops ever. Or at least find someone like you can trust, which is really hard to do. I know that, you know. I know that's hard to do, but yeah. I'm very confident I can get this car going again. I could throw a pack on it and hit the starter. It'll turn over just fine. That's amazing. Yeah, and I got it on camera too. I mean, I wasn't really planning on that. I got excited because I'd started moving. I was like, oh, cool. And then I didn't realize it was in gear. So that was probably another thing that was hindering me. But yeah, once I slapped it in neutral, I could feel the rough spots, but yeah, it turned right over. Whew, wow. Holy crap. That's amazing. That's freaking crazy. I went on a bit of a rant there about auto repair shops. Holy shit. But yeah, I mean, that just blows my mind that, like, if you're just a regular Joe and that you do that to your, you know, you suck water in and you take it to a shop and they give you an engine, well, you don't. You're not. You might not. And they could be costing you a car. It's crazy. There is so much oil and shit on my floor right now. I should put that car in the air and clean my floor. It's disgusting. I'll show you. You can. It's creeping up. Oh, I gotta clean that. That's a mess. That's just from turning that engine over. It's pumping out all that oil and crap that I put in there. It's on the move too. I'm watching it crawl across the floor. I gotta clean that up. All right, this is part 1 on fixing the Hyundai.